Hi, everybody. Okay, it is working. So I'm going to tell you about how you can save a life from your computer. In people younger than 25, there is a pandemic of suicide. Across the United States, by the end of today, 100 Americans have killed themselves in some way. Can you imagine the lives that are affected by the people we could have protected? We often ignore the cry all around, feigning ignorance as though there were never a sound. We don't talk about subjects as taboo. Instead, we pretend we don't have a clue. How much longer do we let this go before we acknowledge that we know that the rhyme we're taught about sticks and stones, claiming that our broken bones hurt more, was wrong? Before we recognize that a harsh word stirs up anger. After all, how would you feel if you were told to kill yourself by a completely anonymous stranger? Our teenagers, even shockingly, our preteens are told this often, that they would be better off in a coffin, that the world would be a better place without them in it. And they don't doubt it for a minute. This doesn't happen face to face. Instead, in a more public place. On Twitter, Tumblr, Facebook, wherever you look, you will find that bullies all look the same online. Hiding behind a gray mask, clicking anonymous on that ask. 12-year-old Rebecca was sent anonymous mail, telling her that she should just bail, to drink bleach and die, that no one would bat an eye. Ugly and fat, she might as well fall. Then no remorse was shown at all when she did exactly that, after climbing the tower of a cement vat. Her bully said, yes, I know I bullied Rebecca, and she killed herself. But I don't give a fuck, signing her indifference with a little red heart, completely ignoring the family she'd just torn apart. This story is shocking. It makes headlines and leaves people gawking. But it's not a one-time event, and it's something we need to prevent. I had a good friend whose life was brought to a sudden end. He was murdered by words, found the next day at the end of a cord. As he read the anonymous messages fully, the voice he heard wasn't that of the bully. The voice he heard was his own, filled with a hate like he'd never known. Come to find out, when the victim pulls the gun, when the bully is done with his fun, there's no criminal prosecution. There's no chance of conviction when the person aiming the gun sits behind a screen, taunting people, it would seem. Cyberbullying taken to an extreme, more than just taunting. Actively pushing. Words so mean, there's no way of hushing. Allowing cyberbullying takes over young people's minds. Victims are convinced this is the best that they'll find. They're perpetually trapped within this commotion. They're afraid to show others their real emotion. You won't understand till you see things from their point of view. So that's what I'm asking you to do. It certainly won't be easy. Remember, be the change you wish to see. But how do you change someone who doesn't wish to be? How do you show that you care when they're yelling at you? Don't you dare. You can help those struggling to make a choice by speaking up and being that voice. One of reason, kindness, and compassion. Assure your loved ones that they aren't lacking. I tell you from experience that life will get better. Repeat that to those around you before you find their letter. It is possible to communicate that your friends have purpose. Show that you know what's under the surface. If someone is trying to hide their pain and you see it, please don't refrain. If someone is being bullied online, do not pretend like everything is fine. Respond to the post or talk to the victim. Remind your friends that you are with them. The things you do and the words you say impact everyone in some way. So pay attention to the people around you. Observe those who surround you. Spread love, not hate, to family and friends. You never know who could be planning their end. Remember, when you're online, everything may not be fine, but you can make it better. There never has to be a letter.